Alright. What's up, you guys? I don't know if you can hear me okay. I might have to turn off my fan. And I'm going to close the window because there's people having a party next door. So I'm just going to close the window. Turn off the fan. Alright. So I'm going to try not to be too long on this one because I have some other work that I have to do tonight. So, alright. I already lost one, that's okay. I get it. I'm a bit slow. Alright. So this is Ethel the Glamour Tort. Hopefully I spelled that wrong. I spelled it right on my Instagram story. Anyway, here's another. Earlier I did a really quick sketch, but I'm going to do one live. Okay, let's do it. Alright, so we'll start with I don't know why I'm always slow to start. So we'll start with the shell. Actually, use a more oval type, oval shaped head. Center line. Nose here. And eyes would be about here. Alright, turtle faces are very particular, so I'm going to have to, might be a bit difficult for me to figure out how to do the eyes and stuff. Make this a little bigger. Okay. Such a beautiful shell. Turtle shells I find very difficult as well. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, first of all, let me cut and paste this. So let me hide that, get rid of these layers. just concentrate on my little turtle here. Alright, there we go. Get it a little closer. Okay. Alright, so it's a little imbalanced right now. So I'm just going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do the face again. I don't know, for some reason I'm not thrilled on the face. So I'm just going to do that again. And I feel the shell needs to be bigger. The shell needs to be like more grand, more grandiose if I'm going to cartoon it. Make everything kind of larger than life. Let me fix this arm is a little off balance. That's a little better. And this bit here reminds me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because they always had a kind of thing that came up. Their shell always came up like that, and some of the artists would really accentuate that. All right, let's see. It's kind of a round head, actually. Eyes kind of come out like this. That's kind of nice, except I drew him with a huge head. Otherwise, it's not bad. We'll just shrink it down a little bit. All right, let's see. This looks like it needs to be a little longer. What kind of eyes do I want to give him? This is actually the hardest part, is like figuring out want the mouth and everything to be. Let me switch to my other brush. Oh, it's getting a little bit closer to the right shape. It's not too bad, but I might want to make it a little more accentuate the eyes out a little more even. Let me fix these eyes. Alright, so we want the center line there. I'm going to make the nose here. I want to give him some round eyes. Let me bring his, oops. Bring his head out a little bit more. There we go. See, maybe we don't even need that to look as close to the photo. Okay, so little nostrils. Okay, in the photo his mouth would be sort of like this. I gotta give him these big cheeks. there's any excuse to give my creatures big cheeks, I take. Bring the eyes. Something like that. Maybe not. I don't even need that detail. So I could do the mouth like that, or I could do the mouth lower. No, I don't really like the mouth lower. Oh, I kind of like the mouth higher. I think that looks pretty good. But these eyes do not look good. So I have to figure out what I want to do with these eyes. Okay, so what I think I need to do now is just get away from the move away from the reference. Because sometimes if you follow the reference too much, then you kind of can get locked into the detail and making it look just like the reference. When for me, I don't really want to do that. His eyes still might be a little too big, because his eyes are really small. And sometimes, even when you're cartooning, that's something that it'll either make it look like, excuse me, it'll make it look like the animal it's supposed to be, or it'll just make it look wrong. Now I'm just trying to see if there's a better placement for the eye. and if I should make them both that small. I think they look nicer closer to his nose. Oops. This is that sketching process. Actually, let's give him some. He's got little tiny eyes, but let's give him some. Let's see what he looks like if we make him really. That looks kind of nice, actually. Still want to try to push this expression so that he looks really happy. So I might have to give him some cheeks. I'll just use that accentuated. Maybe even some bottom eyelids here. Maybe. Still not that great with bottom eyelids. I have to look at some of the masters and see how they do, some of the Disney guys, and see how they do bottom eyelids. See if there's anything I can improve. That's actually not bad. I can probably chill a little bit on the eyebrows, or on the eye sockets, I should say. Brush am I using? Oh, I didn't know I was on medium opacity. Rascals. No, I don't think I like that. Maybe I want the nose to be higher. Let's see how that looks. That's not too bad, actually. I'm not sure, though. Maybe I want to put a little bit of a head here. Oh, that looks weird, right? let's see how this looks. I do like a dome. That looks nice. I like that, actually. Whoops. Okay, so we have this mouth. Let me put this mouth aside for now, so we can always come back to it. But let's see what our other options are. So this is a little bit more anatomical, though she doesn't have these things at all, so that's kind of a stretch, even though it looks decent. This would be fairly realistic as well. That's not doing much for me, I don't think. Alright, let me see if I can back away from these cheekbones. It looks better without the cheekbones. Okay, what if we bring the mouth all the way over? Let's see. Alright, so that's a little more realistic, but I don't know. I mean, it's not bad, but there's still something missing. And after I do whatever I do, I have to shrink his head, because now his head is huge compared to his shell. And before I was making the shell big because I want the shell to be big. Alright, let's see. Alright, we have some nice eye sockets here. So we could do something like that. I think I like the other ones better. I think I like the other eyes better. cute little nostrils. I think I like those better. Okay, so his eyes could be something like that. Turtles are hard. Sometimes I just get loose with it and I can like find something that looks good, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. What if we give him like a square head back here? Let's see what that does for him. If we bring it in like that, and then we give him his lower jaw, no, still not looking good. I do like that, but it doesn't seem to work. Looks like he might have. So what if I draw the eye sockets like this? Ooh. Kind of like that a little bit. It's not bad. Let me duplicate this and try some different eyes. Okay, so if this was his eye would actually be out here, but okay, first let's give him some real could do something like that. Kind of looks like E.T. Not cute enough. Maybe he needs a bigger nose. Maybe that's what's not working for me. He just needs a bigger nose. I thought this was going to be easier one for me, but clearly it's not. But I do like how this is turning out. So we might have something here. Clean up this messy sketch a little bit. Today, I feel like they're a little off kilter. Bring this one down a little bit. Okay. He does look like E.T. I don't know what that laugh was. Sorry about that. Getting crazy. Forgetting that I'm on video. I want to make him with his mouth open. Or is that just making my life harder for me? Wouldn't be that much harder, but I think I'll make his mouth. I'll keep his mouth closed for now. And I really don't like these around his nose. And I also think I might need to make his nose that big. Accentuate the smile a little more. Cairo, thank you. It's looking a little better now. It was rough Scrabble for a while until I finally got something decent. Gotta make sure I'm doing this straight, because I might need to. I think that's how you pronounce it. Cairo. Yeah, it was looking rough for a while. I had to really dig deep and get something that looks somewhat decent. Okay, let me check this out. So I'm gonna flip my canvas. Excuse me, sorry about that. And now that I can see that this is all like warped, and that's just because of, it's always like that, because I'm drawing on an angle, I'm looking at it from one direction. So I always like to, what do I want? Liquefy. So I always use liquefy and balance out my sketch. Usually liquefy works. I just kind of make it, just balance it out a bit. Like there are probably, yeah, I think I do have to like fix stuff here, but usually I can get away with a lot with liquefy. Okay, but there is stuff that I need to just fix manually. Okay, so that, just like that. You know what I'm gonna do to make life easier on myself? I'm gonna take this eye, duplicate, flip horizontal, and I'll just put that here. Oh, why does it look so weird? Probably because I should fix this part. Fix his nose a little bit. Alright, let me see if I can get these to match a little bit better. Even though it's not too bad. That's not too bad. I can deal with that. Okay. Okay, so let me, I do want to adjust it because of that cheek, but I don't think I want to make it so strong. This is way off over here. Alright, so we'll just go here and we'll do that same shape. Dolphin Cove. Cairo, you can. It just takes some time to just like work at it. It's all like just like tips and tricks and biting off other artists. Just find the things you like in other artists, and then just like incorporate them in your own art, and then eventually it'll just be like more muscle memory. Well, I mean, it's more like you'll just be able to see and fix what you like and what you don't like. Like that's basically all it is. It's just like fixing what you like and what you don't like. It's seeing the problems. I would say that's probably the biggest improvement that I've made, is like I can see the issues. Even things like this, like turning the canvas, it just helps so much to make things look better. And I can kind of, sometimes I have to look at things like straight on. I hope my head isn't in the frame. And I can just, you just have to make sure that the faces are like balanced out. Because that was one of my big things, is sometimes you just don't see all the imbalances. So that's why I always flip the canvas, you know, especially if I'm doing a head like this, I always flip the canvas. That looks nice, actually. I'm happy with that. And the eyes would be something like this. You know what, I'll just do it with the same brush. The eyes would be something like that. Part of me wants his smile to even be more aggressive, but I don't know. Let me erase these other smiles. Part of me does want his smile to be a little more aggressive. Oh, you're supposed to be sleeping, huh? Oh, awesome! I'm glad that you get some use out of the tutorials and things. I've been doing a lot of the live stuff. I know personally for me, I like to watch how artists get to a finished place. You know, like what they draw first, what they draw second. It's kind of helped me a lot because it's just the order of how I draw things really makes a difference too. Like if I have to draw this whole eye socket before I draw the eye, and I have to draw the nose area before I draw the eye sockets. And doing things in a certain order, it helps out a lot. Actually, when I started this, I don't think I started in the order that I like, but make this bigger. I don't know what that number thing that keeps popping up. I have to get used to all this new Procreate stuff. But sometimes I actually just forget, or depending on like the shape of the whatever I'm drawing, sometimes I might not. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Yeah, this selection tool just disappears on me all the time. I don't like it. Please don't disappear. I don't understand why it's disappearing when I do that. Like, why are you... I don't know. So I'm on this layer. Selection tool. Select. Move. Alright, now it works. So let's see if it'll work for his head, which is what I need it for. I might have to tag Procreate in this and see if they know what the deal is. They might just tell me I have an old iPad. Please work. There we go. Just want to shrink his head. Oh, that looks good. That's a good size. It looks like his lower jaw is a little bigger, actually. Now that he has his head is their proper proportions. So let's see. Could give him a really big lower jaw. Okay, what expression do I want? I kind of like the big lower jaw. What do you think? Too big? Good night, Dolphin Cove. I'll see you next time. Actually, I don't remember where. Oh, I guess it is. I guess it's almost 1 a.m. But for me, it's like the night's just getting started, so it feels like it's early. Since I do all my work around this time, I'll just make it a little bigger. I'm not gonna go super big, even though I want to. I kind of want to. So I'm gonna delete the other one. I'm gonna delete the backup. This backup here, which looks terrible. Look at that. Look how terrible that looks. So I'm gonna delete this backup. And what's on this layer? Nothing. Let me delete this layer. So I'm gonna duplicate this, and then I'm gonna see. I'm just going to mess around now and really give him some like an angular face. And this is more just I think it's important to really like play around with stuff and not get like caught up in what you're doing. So all I'm doing here is I'm just accentuating what we already did, and I'm just like make his eyes really small and put them up really high, just for fun, just to see how it looks. And we'll make, you know what we'll do with these eyes? We'll give him a little bit of an overlap here. His little beaky. I don't think we need these anymore. Let's see. That looks weird. Get rid of it. It was fun, but back to the normal one. Too big. Got that right. Got that right. Oh, okay, I got some Instagram. Wait, where's got some Instagram thingies. Messages. It's my problem if you have a lot. If you have a lot of Instagram notifications, it's hard to see. It's hard to see like what the messages are, because sometimes you'll have too many, and they won't show up. Like you just have to like search for them or look on the photo. All right, let's get back to this guy or gal. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm just going to I'm gonna put her head and neck on a different layer. So let me cut and paste. And now for this layer, I am going to try to flesh out this shell. Now turtle shells are pretty difficult for me. Okay, so she has plate here. It kind of like frames her head. Okay, now these kind of like, and these kind of like, these kind of like go out like this. Why is this, okay. I'm just gonna use my regular sketch brush. Let's see, I think it's round here. You have these beautiful shapes that I'm probably going to butcher because they're really intricate and I don't want to, let's see. You know, let me switch back to the fat brush. Let's switch back to the fat brush. Let's see here. They don't look as crazy. The first one doesn't look as pronounced as the second one, so this kind of goes like this. That kind of goes like that. And you got some beautiful patterns here. And then there's another one on the top. Make this eraser big. Never fails. I start recording and then all of a sudden I get the ums. I don't know what's up with that. Alright, so then we have a beautiful thingy here, thingy here. Just try to make them balanced. It's not bad. I think I can tell that this is up a little high, or a little low, so let me raise this up a little bit. Still want them to look balanced. Alright, that's not bad. Might decide to raise this up a little bit. And okay, so far so good. So that's like this. This goes out and is dark. Alright, so this is the first one, this is the second one, and the bottom of it. So this one goes a little bit like this, this one goes a little bit like this. Try to get some separation so I can know where those beautiful plates come out. Alright. There's a little neck. And alright, that looks pretty good so far. I could switch it back. I don't know if I'm gonna switch it back though. I might just leave it. Oh well, this is how it was at first. So we'll leave it like this. But I'm also seeing. I gotta make sure it's not just my angle, but it looks like the face is still a bit wonky. So that's when I pull out the liquify tool. There, that's better. Let me. Looks like this is a little bit off. This is also my OCD kicking in. But I really want them to be. There we go. That's a little better. Just erase this bit. Okay. It's looking good so far. Make sure we're on the right. And it has these. I don't want to go too crazy with these because that'll just take forever. But he's got some really cool little, I don't know what you call these. Okay, it looks pretty good so far. There's a little arm. His little arms go like that. Let me erase this neck a little bit. Alright. That looks pretty good. Make it bigger so you guys can see. Alright, so I think I need to probably finish this up so I can get back to my project that I'm working on right now. So I'll give him some little toesies. Okay, so what do we want to do with these eyes? I'll make a new layer. Okay, let's see. Okay, you guys know I love to do the eyelashes really dramatic. If he had more of a head, I would make his eyebrows all the way up to here. But I feel like that's too much. If I had my druthers, I would really bring his expression up like that, but that's a little too much for right now. So I'll stick with this. Make a layer underneath everything for the eyes. Okay, so do we want big beautiful black eyes like that? Could be something like that. It's actually not too bad. Or, let me bring these up. Put these together with... Or I could erase that. And I could also do this. For a more relaxed look. It's kind of like a more chill look. It isn't bad, but I think we like the other one better. If we really wanted to get crazy with it, then we could always reintroduce that trusty bottom eyelid. I don't know, what do you think? Eyelid or no bottom eyelid? I mean, I do kind of like the bottom eyelid, but yeah, I think I kind of like it. Let's see what it looks like without it again. Kind of looks good with it. There's an interesting line here. Actually, that makes it look like his mouth is open. Make this line darker. I usually make this darker with their mouth line is usually a bit darker. So that might add to the... I kind of like that. Could also give him like eyebrows like that. Kind of making sure that his eyebrows are way up high. He might look cute with a round head, actually. If I just give him like a round head. Give her. I kind of like that, actually. That looks cute. Okay, do we want the nose to look like this, or... Let me just... yeah, let me merge that down. That's fine. So I don't know how I want to make the nostrils now. Could make the nostrils like this. Oh, why can't I erase the nostrils, please? Please let me erase the nostrils. I'm always on the wrong layer. I guess they really don't have nostrils like that, though. Their nostrils are just little circles. Maybe they need to be even smaller than that. That looks a little weird. Yeah, it kind of looks... kind of looks goodish too, just like circles that aren't very strong. I kind of like that. Okay, let me dumb down a little bit of this shell, and then we can work some magic here. Uh-oh, 10%. Let me take it from my phone. Phone should last, but I don't want this to go. I don't want this to go on me. Oh, computer battery's low too. Let me plug this in. Ooh, it was on 1% too. Almost lost my little feed here. Okay, so let's do this. It always happens when I plug it in, it starts stuttering. I hate that so much. All right, I'm just gonna flub this shell here, because their shells are very, very intricate, and I'm not that great at turtle shells. I find them to be very, like, they're very difficult because you can tell right away when they don't look right. So I'm just gonna try to guess. I'm just gonna fake it till I make it. Not looking too bad so far. Okay. Get this neck some action here. Clean this up a little bit. Clean this up a little bit. See if I can imply that space that they have, this kind of neck area that they have. I'll just imply that a little bit. And I'll just imply this beak area. I'm just going to imply that as well. Because otherwise it just looks like his mouth is open. keep it at that. Okay, so now we have this. We'll just do kind of a uniform. It's like my practice for when I do a pangolin. I'm gonna have to eventually do a pangolin. So I'm kind of just like making it up. I'm just kind of, you know, you kind of do it in like plate fashion because clearly they're like plates. So I'm just trying to stick to that form factor. And I actually can't see his feet, so I'm just gonna. I know they have like. At least I'm pretty sure they have feet that are sort of like elephant feet. So I'll just sort of make them like that. Give them some lines here. Just to kind of imply those wrinkles in the skin and things like that. Just cheat it with some lines. Alright, let me sort of just use my sketch as a guide here. And just do the same thing and just kind of follow the It's actually a little bit harder because of the way my hand has to move on the paper, or on the paper, on the whatever this is. That's not bad. I think that looks pretty good, actually. Nice little pyramid up there. And now they have these really beautiful, I'm going to use the flat brush. I've been excited for this part. I don't know if it's going to look right, but I'm going to try. And they have another. Let's see. I just want to sort of go along with the pattern. And they have these really nice patterns. This one I'm going to have to just make up, because I can't really see it up there. But I'll just use similar to what I've used down there. Not half bad. And I'll just give this a little bit of action down here. A little bit of shading, just to kind of show where it's darkest. A little bit of shading under here. Just to kind of give it some depth. Some shading in the eye sockets. And then it looks like there's some shading up here on the upper part of the face. It looks like there's some shading. I don't know, I might want to leave that a little lighter actually. I like it, but I don't want it to blend into the Oh, let's see. I kind of liked it on the nose, but I think I'm going to do it all a little bit lighter because I don't want the face to get lost in the shell. That's the only thing. And since they're both kind of dark, I'll make it a little dark here. Give it some depth. Oh no, it's a little too dark. Okay, that's not bad. So let me just... definitely want to give it some depth here. Yeah, that's a bit better. You know what else I'll do? I will darken the shell a bit. Actually, no. I think I might just leave it. I think it looks pretty good. I'll just darken up. Give these sections a little love. Just to kind of keep it from being flat. I don't want it to be too flat. That looks pretty good. Okay, now is there any other? It would be nice if there was like a brush that. I don't think I can use the hair brush. This probably won't work, but I'm gonna try the hair brush. Because I really want these. No, it's a little too crazy. I need sort of like a combing brush. Something that looks like this. I mean, I don't think this will work, but let me try it with the eraser. What was that? Was that inking? Yeah. Let me see if I make it smaller. That's actually not bad. I just want something like, because there's a lot of like, as you can see, there's a lot of like striations, and I just kind of want that to come across. So I've actually never used this brush before, but you know, I will, you know, play around with brushes, especially if they look like what I need. And this one definitely looks like what I need. I just don't want everything to be so clean because it's not the way it... And especially like something like the shell is a perfect place to kind of experiment. Yeah, I think that looks way better. And we can even add in actually we can probably just use this brush, to be honest with you. Where is it at? Inking. Thylacine. Isn't that the Tasmanian, no, not Tasmanian, no, thylacine is the saber-toothed tiger, right? Pretty sure thylacine is a saber-toothed tiger. Let's see if this will actually do what I want it to do. I want to make some of these darker. I kind of like, oh no, I don't think that's too much actually. I think I kind of like it. Thought maybe it might have been too much, but I think that looks pretty cool. I like it. All right, let me give his eyes some love, and then we can pretty much call it. Okay, graffiti 1, 30%. Oh, first of all, let me use the regular color. And oops, a little too big. Give her eyes some nice shadows here. And then we'll give her eyes... Actually, should I... Do we want any color in the eye? No, that looks weird, right? We'll just stick to the jelly beans. Got a little bit of that going. And then we'll get a little bit of something something. It's not bad. I'm gonna do another quick. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna duplicate it, and I'm just going to. I'm just gonna try. Oops, wrong brush. I just want to try a simpler eye and see what happens. Alright, so... Alright, so I'm just going to... So So I think I like the other one, but I'm just going to play around and see if there's anything I might like with just a regular, more simple eye. Let me do the circle. I don't know. What are we thinking? Do we like? Oops. So it can be something like that. I always make the left eye smaller for some reason. Or we could even, so there's that option. I'll try one more option after this. So we have that option. Oh, let me do this again. And, or, I'll try one more option here. And then we'll call it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. The beginning was rough. The beginning was terrible. It was looking real weak. But I had to, oops, I'm using white. That's the wrong color. Yeah, the beginning was rough, but I just had to I had to stick with it. But sometimes it could be a little rough going if it just doesn't look good. So this is going to be my quick way that I do eyes. Okay, so I'll just do it on a new layer. We'll do it this color. I'll do it big so you guys can see it better. Okay, so I have one circle. Full opacity. Let me just change that and make it a little lighter. I'm going to double it, and then I'm going to make it, should I make it black? What color do I want to do? I'll just make it the normal color. Okay, so make that circle smaller. I think that's good. I'll take this one and alpha lock that. I'll use my brush eye glare texture. Also, you can pick up my brush packs. I know I'm not really doing it slow enough so you can see all the brushes that I use. Some of these I renamed, like I tweak stock brushes and I rename them. And I make, I just use them for my own things, but it's in the description. So if you want to download the brushes that I use, then they're right there in the description. Free, of course. I don't charge for tweaking I don't charge for tweaking brushes. There's so many people that charge for brushes. I mean, I guess that's cool. I guess if I really spent the time to like make brushes, maybe, but I don't know. I don't really know how to make brushes on here. Like I've played around with it, but I don't really know what I'm doing. They never work like the stock brushes. I don't always do a dark rim around the outside, but I feel like I kind of like it. So I kind of do the dark rim, and then I go to eyeshadow iris. I don't know why I name it that. I don't even know if it's the right thing, but whatever. And then I usually just do this. Simple. And then I usually take a lighter color and I'll just use the soft brush. And I go around the end. And I kind of do a little bit over here. So it's like just like a little bit of like a glow. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's good. So let's see how this eyeball looks now on our baby girl here. Of course, I can always change that to black. Like if I wanted to make them, like a normal color, I would just change that to black, and then I'll just do hue saturation. Change the color of this to whatever color we fancy. I feel like, I don't know, I can't remember what color eyes turtles have. Hey Lowell, what's up? What color eyes should I give this? We'll just keep it we'll keep it red. Actually, maybe the black. We'll do the black and red for now, and we'll revisit it later if I feel like revisiting it. But for now, let's see how these eyes look. They might look a little too crazy. This might be a little too big. This black part might be a little too big. That might ruin the whole thing. I don't know. Eyes open so wide. Alright, let me put these underneath. And see what happens. Oops, am I on the wrong layer? What layer am I on? Let me just merge these so I can properly erase. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I didn't even, you're supposed to duplicate it so you can do both eyes. But of course, I'm like a dum-dum, I forget to duplicate it. These eyes are super crazy looking. And I don't think that they're going to work. But if I was going to make another character that was a little more developed, then I would use eyes like this. Wait, why is this not? Oh, it's alpha locked. Let me un-alpha lock it. hue over this eye. Do a nice little shadow. Let's see, maybe it'll look better if it has all the accoutrements. Yep, that's what I said. And for anyone who doesn't know what I mean, it's like if you're gonna have a hot dog, then the accoutrements would be like ketchup and mustard, or something like that. Not saying that you don't know, but just in case there's someone who doesn't know what accoutrement. At least I think that's what it means. I'm kind of a dum-dum, so who knows. Could have been total bro science there, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. But let me know if I'm wrong. I just don't want this black to be too clean, so I'm just kind of muddying it up a little bit. Now that looks crazy, especially with those like black eyes. Let me just make sure. Usually this part is also black. Usually that's black. This line underneath is black. See if I make this line black. I just don't want it to be the black to be so harsh. And then I would make the mouth black. And all my characters are those are the things that I make. The three things I make black: the eye, those in the eye area, and this might just look better if all the eyes are all black. Maybe if they were just smaller. How are we feeling about this? About just black eyes, but smaller. Oh, they're a little low. They look like they're... I kind of like them, but they're a little low. Man, this was supposed to be quick. Here I am doing... I mean, I kind of like it, actually. I gotta put my fan on. It's super hot in here. Trying to see what it looks like if the eyebrows are not so... eyelids are not so high. I kind of like that. Does look pretty cute. Thank you. Yeah, kind of like the okay, let me just clean this up a little bit. All right, let me just do another pass at the, I have to use black now because 30%. Okay, so we got the black. Just got a little shadow there. I'll just use a little bit of this to kind of get the eyes looking a bit spherical. All right, that looks good. Now we'll just take some white, 30%, and we'll do some nice little jelly beans. And then I'll use this brush. We'll just get a nice little something. See if we want, do we want a circle? Do we want a streak? So many different ways to handle the light. Sometimes I'll get real fancy and just do, you can even go like this. You can do a really heavy one, and then you can do some, oops, that's way too big. Do some lines through it, even though this is a little he probably wouldn't be anywhere where there's such hard lines like that, but I'll take the eraser and then you sort of erase away so if you want to get fancy with it. And you have a real fancy little pocket. And sometimes I take the airbrush and just do the little pops of things that might be reflecting off. You can even take you can even take random colors like that and just pop them on, and it'll still look good. Or they look bad, like that. Let's see if it looks better if I do, yeah, that looks kind of better. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy with that. That looks good. Okay, so we have this one, we have this one, we have this one. I think this one's the winner. I think I like that one best. I have to rewatch The Land Before Time. Excuse me. Hope that wasn't too audible. Probably was. Yeah, those dinosaurs from Land Before Time are so cute. I definitely have to watch that again. All right, so I'm just gonna make the shell a little darker. Only because I really want his face to like stand out from it. So the more contrast, like the darker that is, will kind of let his face live a little bit more, a little bit better. I'll even make it darker, the areas that are right by his face, just because. Make some depressions in the shell. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Just want to make his shadow a little darker here. Just make the eyeshadow a little darker. Really give it some depth. And we'll do the same thing with his, oops, that's a little too dark. I'll do the same thing with this area here. No, we'll just leave that. We'll just leave that how it is. All right, I think we're good. Add in some light spots. I don't want to make his whole shell too dark, so just add in some light spots. Okay. All right, that's good. So I'm going to merge these. I think I'm going to delete these guys. I'll leave that one. I'll leave that one too. That one is kind of cute. But for so I'm just going to go underneath, and then I'm just going to make some shadow. Alright, it's a little dark, so let me lighten that up a bit. And then let me just kind of integrate it by the old, good old, the old smudge. don't know. I'm like torn between giving them like shadows. Sometimes I like it, and sometimes like I wish I didn't have to. Darken up a little bit, like right underneath. All right, I think I'm gonna call it. All right, cool. So I'm gonna get back to some work that I've done. So this is shout out to Ethel, the Glamour Tort on Instagram, and I'm just gonna run through a quick 30-second time lapse replay, and we can see. Oh, so this is some other stuff I worked on. Might as well just let it play. This was the praying mantis. Let me speed this up some. Good old praying mantis. Turned out cute. And here we go. Here she is. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I did a bunch of work in between, including a pig, including a llama, or alpaca. Here we go. And thanks. I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching. Yeah, this face was difficult. I'm glad I made it through. It's like sometimes like I'm working on stuff and I can't find that cute face. Because it really has to have the likeness of what you're drawing, but then it still has to have the cute face, and sometimes they really just don't mesh. And it takes a while before I can like figure out how to make them figure out how to make that marriage of cuteness and then of likeness. But one thing I won't do, like if I don't like it, then I don't stick with it and move on. Like I can't just stick with it. And turtles are very difficult. Just because of the shape of their mouths and things like that, it's like it makes it very, very difficult because they have a beak. So especially head on, you know, it can kind of present some problems, like the whole like ET thing. But you know, if you just spend long enough on it and you play around enough, and then you remember to kind of just, sometimes you just have to keep it like simple, like more simple shapes. You know, take a break, do the shell, and then go back to the face. But yeah, it just takes a while. But you just have to kind of be obsessed with it and not accept when it doesn't look cute. Because there's always a few instances where I think it looks cute. I think I'm happy with it, but if something bugs me, then I'll just erase it, or I'll just duplicate it, and then I'll just erase it, and then I kind of feel comfortable knowing, like, oh, if I need to go back to how it was, then I could just go on that copied layer. But you know, that's not one of the other perks of digital art, obviously. I'm very happy with the shell. I'm surprised I didn't have more trouble with that. I thought the face wouldn't be too difficult. I thought the shell would be really tough. But the shell was actually quite nice. It was fun to draw. All right, I think that's it. All right, thank you guys for watching. This will go up on Instagram soon. I have a few others. I have some other the drawings that you saw of the pig and the alpaca that has to go up, and also the panda bears have to go up. So I will probably post those first, but this was fun. I'll also do some more live videos. If you want to see a few others, I think I have 3 other live videos, streaming videos now on YouTube. So feel free to go check those out. Please give me a like and a subscribe if you aren't already. And again, I really appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great night.